You know that moment when you are standing in front of your closet at 7 a.m., staring at the same 7 shirts you always wear, and somehow it still takes you 12 minutes to decide what to put on. Or when you spend 45 minutes scrolling through Netflix trying to pick something to watch, only to end up rewatching The Office for the ninth time because making a decision feels impossible. Here is what is actually happening in those moments. Every trivial decision you are forcing your brain to make is costing you money, real money, measurable money, the kind of money that, over a lifetime, is the difference between retiring comfortably and working until you are 75. You make 35,000 to 50,000 decisions per day. Most of them are trivial. Each one burns cognitive energy needed for the decisions that actually matter. I call this decision debt, and here is the number that is going to hit you. The average person makes approximately 226 decisions per day just about food alone. 226. Before you have even thought about money, career, or relationships, you have already burned through substantial decision-making capacity just figuring out what to eat. The math of decision fatigue. Research from Columbia University found that judges are significantly more likely to grant parole in the morning than in the afternoon. Early morning parole hearings, 65% approval rate. Late afternoon parole hearings, less than 10% approval rate. Same judges, same cases. The only difference is decision fatigue. Think about what that means. Trained legal professionals whose entire job is making important decisions see their decision-making quality degrade by 55 percentage points just from decision fatigue. They are defaulting to the easier choice, denying parole, because their cognitive resources are depleted. Your daily decision capacity breakdown. You wake up with 100 units of decision-making capacity. Every choice depletes it. What to wear, -3% capacity. Scrolling news and social media before getting up, -5% capacity. What to eat for breakfast, plus the coffee decision, -4% capacity. By 9 a.m., before starting your workday, you have already depleted 15 to 20% of your decision-making capacity on things with zero impact on your long-term financial outcome. Then you spend 8 hours at work making constant decisions. By 6 p.m., when you finally have time to think about finances, research job opportunities, learn about investing, optimize your budget, you are operating at maybe 15 to 20% of your morning capacity. At 20% capacity, you are not making optimal decisions. You are making easy decisions, the path of least resistance. Decision fatigue costs the average person $5,000 to $15,000 per year in suboptimal financial choices. Over 30 years, that becomes $150,000 to $450,000 in wealth destruction. The 5 types of decision debt. Type 1, trivial recurring decisions. These are decisions you make over and over again that have minimal impact, but they burn cognitive energy every single time. What to wear, what to eat, which route to take to work, what brand of toothpaste to buy. Example, if you spend 3 minutes every morning deciding what to wear, that adds up to 15 minutes per week, 13 hours per year, and more than 500 hours over a 40-year career. That is 3 full months of your life spent deciding which shirt to put on. Type 2, fake urgent decisions. These are decisions that feel urgent but are not actually urgent, responding to non-critical emails immediately, checking notifications, deciding right now about an event 3 weeks away. These interrupt your work and force context switching. Research shows it takes 23 minutes to fully recover from an interruption. If you're making fake urgent decisions every 15 minutes, you never achieve full cognitive capacity. Type 3, analysis paralysis decisions. This is when you spend absurd amounts of time researching options for things that do not warrant that level of analysis. 2 hours reading reviews to save $5 on a phone charger. A week researching which dish soap is best. The opportunity cost is brutal. That 2 hours spent researching a charger could have been spent learning a skill that increases your income by thousands of dollars. Type 4, guilt-driven decisions. These are decisions made not because they are optimal, but because saying no feels emotionally difficult. Agreeing to help someone move when you have critical work. Attending events you do not want to attend because declining feels rude. These consume time and energy, resources you could use to improve your financial situation, while providing minimal or even negative value. Type 5, default decisions. This is the most expensive type, When you do not actively choose something, you end up with whatever the default option is. Not choosing your retirement fund allocation means ending up in the default fund. Not choosing your insurance coverage means getting the auto-selected option. Not choosing to look for a better job means staying where you are by default. Not choosing to learn new skills means staying at your current level by default. Default decisions feel like you are not deciding at all, but doing nothing is a decision, and it is almost always the most expensive decision you can make. Why successful people look boring? There's a reason Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day. Mark Zuckerberg has a closet full of identical gray t-shirts. Barack Obama only wore blue or gray suits as president. It is not a lack of creativity. It is because they understand that every decision you eliminate from your day is cognitive energy you can redirect toward the decisions that actually matter. Steve Jobs had approximately 20 identical black turtlenecks, jeans, and New Balance sneakers. Zero cognitive energy spent on clothing decisions. That energy went into building Apple. Mark Zuckerberg's exact quote is, "I really want to clear my life to make it so that I have to make as few decisions as possible about anything except how to best serve this community." Obama had staff narrow his suit options to only blue or gray, explaining that he had too many important decisions to waste mental energy on clothing. The math for normal people. Person A, 30 different outfit combinations, 10 minutes every morning deciding what to wear. That equals 60 hours per year of peak cognitive capacity spent on clothing. Person B, 7 identical outfits, one for each weekday, gets dressed in 30 seconds. That equals 3 hours per year. Person B reclaims 57 hours of peak cognitive capacity every year that can be used for decisions that actually build wealth. This extends beyond clothing. Successful people systematically eliminate trivial decisions. The same breakfast every day, a standard lunch option, the same route to work, default answers to common requests, and automated systems for everything possible. From the outside, this looks boring, but here is what is actually happening. They are preserving cognitive resources for the decisions that matter. They are making financial decisions with a fully charged cognitive battery. The decision bankruptcy phenomenon. Decision bankruptcy is when you run completely out of decision-making capacity before the day is over. It is why you order delivery at 8 p.m. even though you have food in the fridge. It is not laziness. It is that deciding what to cook after hundreds of decisions that day requires cognitive energy you do not have. What decision bankruptcy looks like. Shopping, you go to the grocery store mentally exhausted. Instead of sticking to your list, you are in decision bankruptcy mode. You grab whatever looks appealing, do not compare prices, and impulse buy. You spend $40 more than if you had gone in the morning when your capacity was full. Career decisions. At the end of a draining week, your boss makes an unreasonable request. In a fresh mental state, you push back or negotiate. In decision bankruptcy, you just say yes because saying no requires energy you do not have. Financial planning. Sunday evening, it is time to review your finances, but you have spent the weekend making hundreds of household, social, and family decisions. You are in decision bankruptcy, so you scroll your phone instead. Next weekend, the same story. Studies show that people in decision fatigue are 40% more likely to choose unhealthy snacks. Negotiators who are decision fatigued accept deals that are 25 to 40% worse. On a salary negotiation for an $80,000 position, that can be the difference between accepting $80,000 and negotiating to $100,000. Over a career, that is easily $1 million difference. The vicious cycle is this. You spend all day making trivial decisions, which leads to evening decision bankruptcy, which leads to poor financial choices, which creates financial stress, which creates even more decisions to manage, which creates more decision fatigue, which creates more decision bankruptcy, which creates more poor choices. The decision diet framework. Step 1. The decision audit. For 3 days, track every decision you make, not just the big ones, everything. What to wear, what to eat, where to sit, whether to check your phone, what to click. 3 categories: eliminate, no value, remove completely. Automate, handled by a rule or system. Batch, make the decision once and apply it repeatedly. Most people find that 60 to 70% of their daily decisions fall into these categories. Hundreds of decisions can be eliminated without any reduction in quality of life. Step 2. The Uniform Protocol. On Sunday, pick outfits for the entire week and hang them in order. That takes 10 minutes on Sunday. It eliminates 50 minutes of decision-making during the week. More importantly, it eliminates 5 instances of peak morning cognitive capacity being burned on a trivial choice. Decide once, implement repeatedly. Do not decide breakfast every morning. Decide once that you are having the same breakfast every weekday. Step 3. The Food Elimination System. 226 food decisions per day is insane and unnecessary. The system is simple: the same breakfast every day, 3 lunch options that rotate, a weekly dinner menu that repeats, grocery shopping once a week with a standard list. This is not about never eating variety. It is about not making food decisions when you are trying to make financial decisions. Step 4. The Decision Batching Protocol. Batch decisions together and handle them during specific times when your cognitive capacity is full. All shopping decisions, a 2-hour window on Saturday morning. All administrative decisions, bills, insurance, subscriptions, a 1-hour block on Sunday afternoon. All social obligation decisions, a 30-minute review session once a week. Batching ensures that you are making decisions when your brain is fresh instead of depleted. Step 5. The Default Optimization System. Set your own defaults so that when you are in decision bankruptcy and choosing the path of least resistance, the path is actually the right choice. Default dinner when you are too tired, a frozen meal you prepped on Sunday, not delivery. Default response to non-urgent requests, let me check my calendar and get back to you. Default investment, an automatic transfer to an index fund. Default weekend morning, the gym and a financial review. Step 6. Cognitive Capacity Protection Protocol. Your peak cognitive capacity, the 2 to 4 hours in the morning when your mind is strongest, is sacred. During those hours, no trivial decisions at all. No checking email. No scrolling social media. No deciding what to wear or what to eat. No meetings about topics that do not require your best thinking. No non-urgent requests. Peak cognitive hours are reserved exclusively for the decisions that matter: strategic career moves, financial planning, learning valuable skills, and building wealth. The math of decision elimination. Person A, the decision debtor, makes $75,000 per year, spends 15 minutes every morning on a clothing decision, 20 minutes on food decisions throughout the day, and 30 minutes on trivial decisions such as routes, shopping, and social choices. By evening, decision bankruptcy. Too exhausted to cook, so they order delivery 4 nights per week, which adds an extra $800 per month. Too depleted to research jobs or negotiate salary, so they stay at the same income level. Too fatigued to learn skills or work on side projects. They make poor financial decisions consistently from a depleted state. They impulse buy. They do not compare prices. They accept the first offer. They choose immediate gratification. After 20 years, earned a cumulative $1.5 million, but have maybe $100,000 in retirement savings, still making $75,000 per year, trapped. Person B, the decision minimalist. Same starting salary, $75,000 per year, systematically eliminated trivial decisions, wears the same outfit formula, eats the same breakfast, has a standard lunch, eliminated hundreds of unnecessary decisions, protects peak cognitive hours fiercely. With cognitive capacity preserved, they make consistently good financial decisions. They negotiate salary effectively every 2 years. They learn valuable skills. They optimize spending. By year 5, making $95,000 per year. By year 10, making $125,000 per year. By year 15, making $160,000 per year. After 20 years, earned a cumulative $2.3 million despite starting in the same place, has $900,000 in retirement savings, financially independent within 5 years. Same starting point. Person A burned cognitive capacity on trivial decisions. Person B preserved that capacity and made financial choices from a position of mental strength. The $10,000 savings example. Person A makes savings decisions at the end of the day when depleted. Should I transfer money to savings? A depleted brain says wait. Should I skip delivery tonight? A depleted brain says get delivery. After 2 years, saved $2,000. Person B makes the savings decision once when capacity is full. I will automatically transfer $400 to savings on payday. Then they set up automation. After 2 years, saved $9,600. Not more willpower, one good decision with a fresh mind instead of 50 bad decisions with a depleted mind. Decision opportunity cost. Every decision you make has an opportunity cost. Cognitive energy spent on trivial decisions is energy you cannot spend on important decisions. You have 100 units of decision-making capacity per day. Once they are gone, they are gone. Most people spend their 100 units like this: 30 units on clothing, food, and routine decisions. 40 units on work-related decisions. 20 units on random interruptions and fake urgent decisions. 10 units left for the decisions that actually matter. And then they wonder why they cannot make progress on their financial goals. They are trying to make important decisions with 10% of their cognitive capacity, while 90% was wasted. Optimized spending of 100 units looks like this: 5 units on clothing, food, and routine decisions, because most of those have been eliminated. 40 units on work-related decisions. 5 units on interruptions, because time is protected. 50 units available for the decisions that actually matter. Same total capacity, but now you have 5 times more cognitive energy available for decisions that could actually improve your financial situation. The wealth you do not build is not because you lack opportunity. It is because you spent your decision-making capacity choosing between 17 types of yogurt instead of finding ways to increase your income. The choice about choices. You cannot optimize every decision in your life. You do not have enough cognitive capacity. Nobody does. You have 2 options. Option 1, spend your decision-making capacity randomly on whatever demands your attention, and then make terrible financial choices because you are always depleted. Option 2, strategically eliminate trivial decisions, protect your cognitive capacity, and use it for the choices that actually build wealth. Most people choose the first option without even realizing they are choosing it. They think they are being thoughtful by carefully considering what to wear. They think they are being responsible by responding to every email immediately. But they are burning cognitive energy on things that do not matter, and then making poor financial choices because they do not have any capacity left when it actually counts. The people who build wealth are not smarter. They have simply eliminated the trivial decisions that bankrupt everyone else's cognitive capacity. They look boring because they wear the same thing, eat the same thing, and follow the same routines. But behind that boring exterior is a mind with full cognitive capacity available for the decisions that matter. You get about 100 units of decision-making capacity per day. Once they are gone, you are making choices with a depleted brain. The only question is this: what are you going to spend those units on? Your wealth, or your lack of wealth, is the sum of thousands of decisions made over decades, and the quality of those decisions depends entirely on whether you made them with a fresh mind or a depleted one. Start this week, do the decision audit, identify your 3 biggest sources of trivial decisions, eliminate them, and watch what happens when you start making financial choices with a fully charged cognitive battery instead of running on fumes.